Yo, hey Pedro, what's up? Good morning. Hello, Ninity? Nin Ninity? Hey Darius, hey Bridgewater. Good morning. Ow. You look nice today. How are you? Oh, thank you. I didn't really think I looked nice this morning. I kind of just put minimal effort into my appearance. I did, however, have a somewhat decent sleep, so that's always nice. Hi Wonk. Hi Footlong. Hi Kenny. Hi Retro to Classic to Modern. My goodness. Yes. So, yeah. Hi. Welcome. I look fire? Really? I'm just wearing sweatpants. Sleep looks good on me. Beauty sleep. Am I right? I was thinking about trying melatonin, but I didn't last night. I just felt naturally tired. I think I'm so okay. So I realized there's this thing. People, according to research, tend to sleep better in cold environments. So I've just been running the AC like full blast at night to get down to like 19, 20 degrees Celsius. And yeah, I've been kind of sleeping better the past couple days. Unmistakable glow. Edibles may help too. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do edibles. I thought about going and like blazing a joint last night, like an hour before bed, because I really want to go for like an evening stroll, right? But then I was like, I have sativa, and then I won't sleep. I suspect. I suspect I just wouldn't like sleep, so I don't know. 18.4. Yeah, I set my thing to target like 19 degrees Celsius. The AC kind of sucks in here. It can only really get down to uh 20 C over time. Maybe sweatpants are in the fashion trend, maybe. Yeah, like there's kind of like the like sexy, comfy, sexy look, I guess. People might mess with. Hello, C Sharp. How are you? Welcome to the stream. We are doing stuff today. Progress check. Progress on what? The game? We kind of have a pause state. Kind of. Yeah. We kind of have a pause state, although the pause text exists in like the game world as like an almost like as an entity, like it's rendered into the game world. So the camera, the Raylib camera struct doesn't really like that. So I don't know what to do other than like create a camera, another camera, and like basically render that text into a texture and then render that texture with a Raylib camera, which kind of sucks because then that means every piece of UI would probably have to be rendered into some kind of camera or rendered as part of like the existing camera. I haven't really thought too much into it except for yesterday. Only one Alan. Hello, Alan. Good morning. Let's get it. Started working in Rust again last night, working on Tori desktop app. That's cool. I've heard cool things about Tori, mostly from my moderator Tannerax, but I tried to use Tori. I think we used Tori to build like a desktop web app once, but the Tori binary that like it produced, the runtime, couldn't be captured by Mac OS's like or OBS's like or whatever it is. Whatever subsystem does the application capture on Mac OS, Tori doesn't support. So whatever I was working on, I just couldn't show on OBS, unfortunately. So I had to switch to Electron. Hello, I don't even know how to say that. Attack. Attack. Welcome to the stream. Hi, do you maybe read YouTube comments here? Yeah, I do. They're actually on screen. Hey, Julian. I don't know what that word means, but let's make sure it's at least PG-13. Unless I swear. I get to be rated R, but everybody else has to be PG-13. Thank you for sharing. I know that Electron binaries can get up there in size as well. Yeah, like I originally chose Tori because I was literally making a game with 3JS and yeah, with 3JS and like ClojureScript and stuff. So I wanted an efficient like runtime like Tori, but then like I couldn't show it. So I was like, well, Electron it is. What's up, Grazy Bosins? Saying this correctly? We're getting a lot of new viewers like day after day, I think. It's kind of cool. Now it's E to C. E to C. Okay. All right. Am I new? Kind of. To my funny YouTube video where I poured a whole bag of flour in my face. Not really. This is more of a technical channel where I spend like the first like I don't know, first chunk just like clip farming and then technical discussion crap and then we start coding. None of them ever say that 100% of their code has been written by compilers. I don't really know what he means by that statement, honestly. Because, like, the compiler isn't actually... I mean, I guess the compiler is emitting machine code. Yeah, I was talking with somebody about this morning, actually, in YouTube comments. Like, I think this compiler comparison, like, is kind of low-hanging fruit that, like, you know, LLMs are just like compilers and like, you know, nobody writes assembly anymore or whatever. But like literally decades after assembly, ignoring all the like quasi determinism stuff and people that are arguing on like X, literally decades after the creation of the first compiler, right? There were technical masterpieces written in assembly. Roller Coaster Tycoon, the impossible ports of like Tomb Raider to GBA, like just all kinds of stuff, right? Was written in assembly, like technical masterpieces written in assembly, optimized in assembly, etc. Decades after compilers. And at least a few of those projects made somebody a millionaire. Plus compilers, I don't think when compilers were invented, they required trillions of dollars in capital expenditure. Somebody can correct me on that, but I'm pretty sure like even IBM mainframes didn't cost trillions of dollars. So, and we didn't use up like a ton of silicon. But I don't know. Roller Coaster Tycoon had parts written in assembly. Not the whole program. It was because it required literally precise optimizations for it to be performant. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can also think of like optimizing as like the opposite. Hundreds of thousands of times and the speed up, while agents have brought tens of times of the automation. It's not a revolution, it's just automation. Yeah, that's an interesting perspective. Art of computer programming. 3 stream streak. Thank you, 666. Hey, Springo Geek. Uh, hello, YouTubers. What was my first programming language? Well, if you don't think HTML is a programming language, my first programming language was C. I learned C from this book called Practical C Programming. It's an O'Reilly book with a cow in the front, and it posits a question: why does 2 plus 2 equal 5,968 or some random thing like that? That's the book I learned to program from. That's the book that told me to install, I think told me to install Bloodshed, Dev, C++, and all that stuff. So, hello, good to see you. Hi, welcome. If you want to write performant assembly, good luck. You have to know the in and out workings of chosen compiler. These days, compilers are really good. Oh, I don't doubt it. I know that compilers are really good. You're a big advocate for Clojure. Would you recommend learning it now? I would say learn Clojure if you're curious about it. Fuel your curiosity. Chapter 6 of K and R right now. Oh my god, K and R C is like hard. It's not. It is not modern C. What have I built and proud of it? Uh yeah, that's the thing. I feel like I've been grappling with this problem a lot lately because I have some like repos on GitHub that are still open source. Although I'm moving them to Codeberg. But like, yeah, I don't think I've really like most of what I built was in the like industry for like companies, right? Employers that I was like really proud of. I guess the thing I was most proud of was creating like a fault tolerant solution with a hot standby. Um, because we had like a single point of failure in the whole app, and it would wake up who was ever on call like repeatedly all the time, right? So I created like a fault tolerant like hot standby to fail over once the like node was saturated, the component was saturated. It was a squid instance. Once it was saturated, it would fail over gracefully to a hot standby, and then people, yeah, and basically years after I left, it still worked. I was told that it still worked, and then like people didn't really have to get up in the night to like fix it anymore, which is pretty cool, right? Like that's like mega cool. You can like build something that lets your colleagues like sleep in the night. Yeah. So that's probably my like proudest project ever. But I wouldn't have been able to do that project if I didn't work for such a great technical team. Because they were like, they gave me time to research the project, architect a solution, come up with an idea, and all this stuff, right? And there was a lot of research that went into it. Like I leveraged like some really weird parts of AWS I'd never heard of before. Like I went deep on this solution. Oh, out of topic, but are you dating? Single, maybe. I am not dating. I have a partner. Um, and I don't know if we're technically not exclusive, but for a while we've just been like focused on each other. So we're microcontrollers with C and C++. Do you create or have created content about doing this? I'd like to see more about state machine implementations. Greetings from Argentina. Oh, yeah. Hello, Julian. That's crazy because I actually have a state machine in my game written in C that you're going to see here in a moment. And yeah, I don't know anything about microcontrollers. The problem with microcontrollers, as far as I know, is you don't have any like standard lib, right? You don't have any glibc stuff. So, hey, Selah. Stuff just works, so a great feeling. Well, like, were computers that simple, right? Like, when did Roller Coaster Tycoon come out? Like, something like the Game Boy Advance, ARM CPU, ARM SoC. Like, obviously, pretty simple, right? Probably one of the more simple ARM CPUs. Roller Coaster Tycoon, maybe not so much. Chris Sawyer developed this game from like in '99, right? Have like instruction sets gotten that much more complicated? Oh wait, I was looking at the wrong article. Yeah, 99. Oh, it was released in 99. Okay, so like he was probably working on this in the like mid to late 90s, right? Like were processors really was the Intel architecture really like that much more complicated than it is today? I think yes, if you have account for like symmetrical multiprocessing and like all this stuff, right? But like it was still just like 32-bit like Intel, right? Did we finish the pause state yesterday? Technically, yes, but the pause state is like kind of broken. What happened to the game enclosure? Uh, all my closure games are on the back burner because I've just been having actually a lot of fun writing C and learning how like to do V tables in C. So it's more complicated today. No, yeah, but like see every Intel processor is backwards compatible. This is why Intel is like such a mess. Is because it's completely backwards compatible. MMX instructions from the 90s will run on processors today, right? So basically, every processor is backwards compatible when it comes to the Intel architecture. So I don't know. I don't know if it's really that much more complicated. If you want to write AMD 64 like assembly directly, maybe. But all the like basic crap, right? All the like, yeah, I guess all the like less complicated instructions, test and set lock, none of that's, I mean, you don't even have to use any of that stuff, right? So I'm like, I don't know. It's probably is harder. Thought you were talking about hobbyist stuff. Well, now we're talking about assembly language for modern processors. Computers are a mess, period. Yeah, they're a little messy. It's weird to say they're messy though, because like the like it all requires so much precision though, right? Like even the like the data lines to the memory from the CPU still require specific timings and specific lengths, right? So it's just like crazy that everything can feel like such a mess. It's like organized chaos basically, right? Hello homeboys from YouTube. Making a GB game in assembly by hand felt so good as an example. I bet that would be really cool. Humans are messy. Aw, hey Desiree, what's up? Yeah, I don't know, guys. Maybe it's a moot point, and you'll see me just being a vibe coder in a year or so, or 2 years, or however long it takes. I don't know. I don't know. Really, you know what I really want to do with my life? And I've been trying to do this for like ever. I want to make stuff and I want to sell stuff that I make. I've got like an endless list of projects and an endless list of things that just get in the way. Trying to make template files I've seen on videos too complicated to make it work. I just made a bare bones template with CLI tools. It's a CLJS for Pixie. We'll dig into state management for a game. Oh, hey, what's up? Yeah, I do a lot of this stuff. Milasi, La Menace. I do a lot of this stuff. State management, like my technique is to have my entities be like persistent data structures. I can show you sometime, but yeah, I do a lot of this stuff. Graveyard of AI produced projects. Oh yeah. I've never programmed hardware with a VHDL. I would love to though. I really want to get a FPGA. I'm planning to get like a mini FPGA, like a small cheap FPGA to put inside of my MNT reform once I get it. And then I can just always have an FPGA to program wherever I'm at. Any videos about my Emacs setup? Not really. Maybe I can make one. It's basically just Prelude with like some dot files. Like I could maybe take you through some of it. I had to come up with some like custom stuff, but it's just like way outdated Prelude, Emacs Prelude, and some other stuff. Kind of basic. It's not, I'm not like writing Emacs modes or anything like that. A little bit of FPGA stuff. Had an advanced Uni module on it a decade ago. Good times. That's cool. US security things. US base. Well, I was thinking about the SciSpeed Nano 20K. They have their own like description language, I think. SciSpeed Tang Nano 20K. How the hell did I end up here? What the fuck? For some reason I had a webpage open called Wikimania Paris. It's weird. I don't remember opening that. Yeah. Verilog more US oriented. GPAs to produce replacement graphics cards for old retro PCs. Oh hell yeah. There's like full FPGA like emulation consoles like the Mister and all this stuff, right? I watch Modern Vintage Gamer, so MVG. I really like MVG videos because they're like a combination of like business and like in-depth technical crap sometimes. So really like his videos. They are expensive. Yes, they are. Apparently, Bolt. Have you guys heard of this? Bolt Graphics. They've been prototyping their own graphics cards on like literally like six FPGAs in one computer. Really think his technical coverage of the Game Boy is lacking? Hey, Tanarax. Yes, it's cool stuff. 100% agree. Yeah, maybe I'll go back to making games in Clojure. I really want to make multiplayer games in Clojure. There's so many things I want to make, man. I want to make games, so many software projects, so many things. Like, I'm like, maybe I could just like dip my toes in the slot machine of AI to accelerate all of this. No, I'm not abandoning the C. I'm writing the C today. It's the most fun I've been having lately, so I think we should do it. Although, I've been thinking about the mechanics for the game, and I feel like things might have to change. And it also spawned a second game idea regarding light and black holes, which is kind of weird. Because I was thinking of like, you can probably make a cool puzzle game by like having to manipulate and bend a ray of light, right? Because you can lean on like refraction and reflection and kind of like gravity that bends light. Um, to kind of create like a puzzle game, I think, in my head. I don't know if people like puzzle games, but I don't know. It's just what my brain comes up with. But I think one thing that like, if you're gonna use AI for anything, you need to like kind of be careful. Like if you AI generate assets and crap, people know. People know right away. Um, and then like your game has no like visual identity, right? It has no visual identity, which is one thing that I would not like. It just sucks because I'm kind of shit at art. Something I can definitely get better at. Yeah, I just have so many things I want to do and so little time. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks big time. Trying to get off this like crazy train. Everything you can find someone to do art without resorting to AI. Yeah, I know. Like I could do asset packs. That's what I'm doing with this, right? Asset packs with this current project. Hire artists. Alice Principle on Steam. I've heard of this game actually from Game Maker's Toolkit. I think it was Game Maker's Toolkit. Second one. Mm-hmm. Hey Anton on YouTube. Oh, so much good content there. Oh, definitely. You use AI at all. I like the idea to not share video game code publicly for the AI. What do you mean, Anton? Guys, you'd not believe it, but according to my YouTube dashboard, I made a whopping $1.28 yesterday. I am I'm an up and coming YouTuber now. Yeah, it really sucks that it takes so much work to get here. Some of my like stream bots have like one of my stream bots has almost 28,000 views. Can't monetize that. Fuck. CAD? I don't know. I don't know what the YouTube dashboard prices in. I would assume it's USD, but maybe not. profession once you get paid? I guess so. Excuse me. You mean to push source code of a game into public repositories like GitHub? Yeah, like, yeah, I'm just done pushing to public repos, I guess. Like, pre-2022 tech Twitter and tech YouTube discussing shit like token prices. Dude, I know. It's just like, it's become like the meta of all metas. Indie hackers aren't building businesses anymore. It's just kind of like consumed everything. It's really frustrating. And you can't even you can't even try to talk about this stuff online anymore without some idiot in your comments being like, this doesn't matter anymore because of AI. I'm like, it does matter because what the fuck do you think AI produces? Right? AI doesn't produce a binary, it produces code. So yeah, it's so frustrating, man. Like, it just sucks. Have I tried psychedelics? Yeah, tons. I haven't done them in like 20 years, but yes, I've done not 20 years. I shouldn't say 20 years. I'm not that old. But like I used to do, yeah, I've done them like a long time ago. Is your degree vanilla comp sci? Well, technically I'm a dropout, but I did take, yeah, computer science. I got rejected from computer engineering. I applied, or not computer engineering. I applied for a software engineering degree. I know. I know. But it's a real thing here in Canada. And they were like, your English grade is not very good, so we will put you in normal comp sci. I'm like, alright, whatever. And then it ended up being way easier and paid like just as much. So, what's your favorite shrooms? I don't know. I don't have a favorite now because I haven't done it for so long, right? So I just don't really care. Viking. Hello, Viking. How are you? Okay, so to give you guys an idea, and this is some inside baseball into my brain, back then I was so into this topic that I actually wanted to go to school at one point to study pharmacology or pharmaceutical chemistry. I actually own books on like classes of drugs and like the synthesis of certain classes of drugs, mainly tryptamines and phenethylamines, right? And often on the street, what you get is not anything close to what you think you're getting most of the time, which is like kind of a very academic way to look at it, I suppose. But then I realized like when I applied for like to go to like schools, like pharmacology school or whatever, harder than medicine for half the prestige. Well, the plan was in university because I had like this early life crisis. The plan was I was like, maybe I'll study pharmacology and then I'll become a doctor. It turns out I didn't want to do that because I actually hate science classes. I hate science labs. I hate science classes. Like they're just so boring and dumb. And like basically what I did in my free time was write code anyway. So I was like, well, I could just go back to do computer science, right? Yeah, but like yeah, the like one like when people get quote unquote acid, what they're usually getting is something like DOB, right? Which I think is another tryptamine. Getting like DOB or some also called Dr. Bob. Some they're just getting like junk, right? So What were you doing in your science classes? Well, university science classes, first year university science classes in Canada are basically grade 12 science classes, but you have to pay for them, which is like a huge ripoff, right? It's just bullshit. So I was so disinterested in this crap. I was like, fuck this, I'm out of here. Like, yeah. So yeah, I still own like the University of Toronto's like textbook on medical pharmacology. I read a ton of that back then in university. I read a ton of that textbook because I thought it was just fascinating. And I learned a lot about biology that I didn't know. Actually, that was the one thing I did kind of like because I didn't take any biology classes in high school. So all biology that I learned in university was totally new to me. I thought it was like really interesting. It's like, ah, cool. We're just big bags of chemicals. Amazing. There's nothing existential about that. Undergrad professor is specializing in mycology. Dude, I also own books on mycology. Wink, wink. Not real. I don't know though, 666. I feel like you could say that about any argument. I mean, like, technology, right? You know, humans use tools. Ancient hominids use tools, and therefore technology is what makes us human, etc., etc. Do you make chip 8? No. Although I remember when the chip 8 and the pocket chip became a thing. I think it was the chip 8. No, was it the chip 8? No, I'm thinking of something else. What am I thinking of? Oh, they actually called it the chip. Never mind. Never mind. But no, no chip 8 stuff. You go 8 with it. Oh. Oh, guys, I need to eat. I need to eat breakfast. I probably shouldn't have. Oh, I probably shouldn't have bread again. So I'm gonna need a moment of your time to go and microwave an egg. The Pico 8 was cool. I mean, it still kind of is cool. It's still a thing, right? I was thinking, what would it take to build a fantasy console? Like, how does one build a fantasy console, right? It can't be that difficult, right? I mean, maybe. Like, I was thinking, okay, one of the project ideas I had was to make like a fantasy console, Pico 8, but the language that you used was the Janet programming language instead of like whatever. What does Pico 8 use again? Is it Lua? Pico 8 Lua, yeah. Yeah, first you have to have the fantasy, then you have the console. Can't have a fantasy console without your fantasies. Are you in Canada now? What time is it there? Yeah, I live in Toronto and it is like 9:45 in the morning. What do you think about AI and its hype about taking software engineering jobs? I think that I don't know. I don't know what I think anymore. I go on x.com and every time a new model comes out, like literally the marketing, the social media campaigns by these AI companies are like brilliant, first of all. And they will have you thinking that software development is done. People will build like crazy shit and then be like, I one-shotted this with an AI prompt. And then whenever you try to one-shot it with an AI prompt, it doesn't work. And if it doesn't work for you, that's because skill issue or you're not prompting right or you're not using your agent loops or blah, 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 right? Like it's just a never ending like line of excuses when it comes to that shit. So I have no idea anymore. I don't know. I don't know if companies like overhired during like COVID or like what the fuck? I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know. I still have clients. They still pay me. That's all I know now. I can't really make like generalized sweeping market predictions anymore. But I can microwave an egg instead of frying it. So that's what I'm going to do. Crazy. A fantasy console. I like this idea. I don't know if anybody would buy it, but they don't have to buy it, right? It can just be for fun. Do you make project for STM32? No, I actually thought about buying an STM32 because I kind of wanted to try my hand at some like true embedded development. I was asking Judy about it, my moderator and one of the biggest channel supporters in the whole world, because she's an embedded developer. So I was like, hey, like, should I get this STM32? Hey, Tire Beaver. Wow, I feel so good when I sleep enough. This place is going to be ice cold at night so I can get a good sleep. And then maybe I'll start taking melatonin. Or smoking indica. Mm. I need a few minutes though, guys, really. I'm really sorry about the interruption. All the haters on YouTube, commence the comments about not really writing code, blah, whatever. Go for it. I will be back. I need to like wash a bowl and then whip the egg and then do the thing and then take the medication, etc., etc. I might even have to put avocado. Ooh, I could do bread, avocado, egg. All the haters on YouTube, yeah. Okay. I'll, oh, I wish there was an ad right now. All right, I just need a few minutes. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Well, I fucked up, chat. I tried to experiment and I failed. So basically, I tried to microwave 2 eggs at once in a bigger bowl, and the center just wouldn't cook, even though it was like a really wide bowl. I was like, oh, that'll be fine because it's such a wide surface area. It didn't blow up because it was whipped, so it was fine, but the center just wouldn't cook. It just kind of looks like a little lake of uncooked egg in like surrounded by cooked egg. So yeah, now I'm just gonna have avocado on bread for breakfast, I guess. Bon appetit. Hmm. I probably should get a drink. It's actually avocado bread, not avocado toast. Maybe I'll try a microwave egg cooker. We used to have those in university. Like when I was in university, we had like a bunch, and we would have eggs all the time. Oops. Yes, from bread to avocado on bread. Well, at least the avocado was good. Sorry for the interruption. Once I'm done with this inhaler stuff, we will jump into the code. Backseat egg cooking, but I guess I am. My bad. That's fine. My keyboard is a DAS keyboard Ultimate Desk keyboard 4, I think. Ultimate. It's like, it's the one with like the big knob and it's aluminum body and blank key switches. The bicycle in the background. The bicycle in the background is proof that this is my home and not a studio. Okay, so I'm going on a bike ride with Kai this weekend. And so I dug out the bike. It was in the closet behind me. It's a folding bike, so I dug it out and I pumped up the tires. Oh my god. I pumped up the tires until my like wrists, I feel like my wrists were gonna like break. Pumped up the tires so hard. I managed to get the tires up to like 80 psi, so folding bike. It is a folding bike. You see that clamp right in the center? The bike folds and can fit in that closet. True story. Prove it. Home and not a studio? Well, my home is a studio apartment, but... Alright, I'm gonna take the inhaler, 1 sec. Oh, the avocado was good, but I feel like I didn't get a satisfying breakfast, you know? Like, I really wanted that egg. Oh, great. Okay. Alright, let's, you guys want to jump in the software and game dev cat? Oops. It's weird. My bad. Um... Software. Boom. Code. Except I need to fix Emacs here. Give me 1 moment. Okay. What the fuck? Oh man, OBS is so broken sometimes. What the hell's going on here? The application capture is just busted. This is not going to make for a very good coding stream if I can't actually show you guys the code. Or write the code. What's going on here? It's weird. What's up? We're calling you out as the Sia? What? I just went to eat breakfast. Yeah, okay, this sucks. I don't want to have to restart OBS. What the heck, man? Is OBS just like broken? Yeah, it is. The gear button for... Oh, come on. Why doesn't any of this work? You have to be kidding. Oh man, the average piece of software just doesn't freaking work. Alright, I guess we're coding in plus like 10. Maybe plus 5. Oh, fuck. Fucking Christ. Like, what the hell, man? Like, I swear to God, like, the average piece of software just doesn't work anymore. Back error. Well, like, I go to the sources in my OBS scene, I select Emacs, and this is the Emacs source that will zoom in on Emacs for me, instead of just the base, like, you know, capture. And I click the gear icon to change it, and it doesn't work. The gear icon doesn't work. Oh, well, I'm frustrated. Click the gear icon, nothing happens. Edit. Uh, God, I can't even duplicate it. I can't right click. There's no context menu. Dude, it's not a pebcac error. Like, literally, I'm clicking a button that does nothing. It's supposed to come up with a dialog box to change the source. Like, it's just not working. Like, the software doesn't work. That's not a problem. It's not me. If the software doesn't do what it does every day, happens if I add a new source? I don't know. Well, yeah, the new source button doesn't work either. I can move sources up and down, but I can't add a new source and I can't change a source. Like, do I need to? I can't even share OBS to show you guys. That's just perfect. Do I have a corporate job or a full-time streamer? No, not a full-time streamer, not a corporate person. I'm self-employed, like freelancer, consultant, whatever you want to say. The OBS kind of junk on macOS. Not this bad. Where am I? Yeah, this is like kind of mega bad. What is with the camera today? I feel like I'm not in focus for some reason. Yeah, no, it's never this bad though. Like, what the heck? It has been crashing a lot on this new like streaming account though. Like, I'll just start the computer and it'll be like OBS crashed and I'm like, I didn't open OBS. And then it's like, do you want to run OBS normally or in safe mode? I'm like, normally. Yeah, I don't know. Just the streaming account. Say sorry. Sorry. That's frustrating. What? What the heck? That was weird. I alt tabbed to OBS and it didn't come into focus. Wow, OBS is like busted. Am I even still live right now? Like, yeah, I use Ghosty. I actually need to get all my Z shell set up on this account. I was thinking, like, is it possible to just copy my like .zh, zsh, and uh oh my Z shell for my other account, you know? Look, I would love to use Linux. Made a mistake years ago when I was purchasing a computer. At the time, frameworks were basically brand new and stuff, and I was like, do I want like a first generation product or for to run my freelancing business, or do I want something that I know is going to work and work well every day? And I chose the safe, risk averse business thing, but what I really should have done is probably pick the framework for support for apps. Just sad I have to stay on Mac. Yeah, that's why Mac OS, not Linux. I would definitely prefer to be on a Linux machine, 100%. Well, okay. I guess I'm coding at like really high zoom, really big font today. How does it look on the stream though? Looks okay, I guess. Can you guys read it? Wait, okay, so this is +5. Is +5 readable? Because I can actually code it's probably at +5. I feel like +6 is much more legible though. OBS and stream maybe? Oh, well you see, if I do that, then number doesn't go up. And I like it when number goes up, so yeah. It's tough. It's a horde. I think for my own sanity, it has to be +5. Fun! I love this. Amazing. Okay, let's do a cheeky little make dash K. I don't have my controller. I should probably go get it. Also, I didn't create a pause button for controller use, so I should probably figure out how to do that. Whoa. Oh. Terminal accidentally seeing PowerShell said. Scares me. Funny. Maybe I should get my controller. One sec. Get the controller. Good old controller. Nobody likes that. Oh, amazing. Thank you. Okay, good. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, so God, this game is just like so much better with a controller. Like I wouldn't mind like changing the camera behavior because I do think that the camera kind of needs to follow the player and not just move the world around them. But the jumping and mechanics and stuff feel good. They feel fast. And then the pause situation is pretty funny. My pause state works. Sort of. The input is kind of weird because we have like a few frames of back and forth here because of the way the input works. But also the word paused is just kind of in space. It's not actually like a UI element. Look. See, it's like, oh, you can't see it because okay. You see paused here, right? If I jump over here and hit pause, it's still over there. So the text is in space still. It's kind of funny. Better now? Congrats. Thanks. Reset input state. Yeah, I probably need to track input state somewhere. Like if I go to... Oh, this is the player. I need the play state, not the player. What's the game about? It's just a basic ass platformer. Yeah, I know it has button up and down checks. The problem is... Where's the problem? I kind of just carved out this, right? Oh, you know what I need to do? I probably need to call a return. I wonder if that'll change things. Okay, we transitioned to the pause state much faster, so I'm gonna go do the same thing in the pause state. No, it's still kind of weird. It should be instant, which is kind of weird. Yeah, but Nora, I don't think I can do it in time. I do have disconnect protection on, but I don't know if I can do it in time. It's like, what if I restart OBS and the problem persists? Like, then I'll start troubleshooting. Yeah, it's a whole thing. The link on the Discord about the physics in game. I don't have a Discord on the streaming account yet, so... Oh, understand Homer, Alaska? Is this like a Simpsons reference or something? Make.k or make dash K. Yeah, so I feel like it. Okay, just a quick pause. That's interesting. You know what it is? I think there's enough frames. There's probably like several frames of input happening, right? Is button down. Oh, wait, is that a function? Is button pressed? What did I do in the player state? Because I have is button down in the player state, but you can do is player pressed? Is button pressed? You can do that? This is probably, yeah, this is probably what the difference is. Yeah, because with it is button down, you get like basically multiple frames, right? Alright, let's see. Okay. Okay. We transition to the pause state. We can't come back. But we can. It's just not very smooth. Takes like 5 presses. Takes a long press to transition though, which I don't like. Like it takes a really long press. Like I can't just tap it. It has to be a long press. Maybe? It's kind of weird. Haptic feedback, yeah. Haptic pause state. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I need to send this text. Do you think Twitch is going bankrupt? I am not gonna opine on that. Actually, I think part of the Twitch like partner agreement is you can't like say anything disparaging about Twitch, so interestingly, yeah. How did I handle this in the past? Because basically, yeah, we have several frames of transitioning between states, basically. Most recent unban request is pure comedy. Hang on, let me see. Yo, what's up, low level? Yeah, we've got like several frames of pushing and popping stuff. How do I block this channel so it does not appear in my Twitch? That's kind of funny. I guess that means I'm prolific. You know? People want to block me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I guess I need to have a variable, don't I? Which I don't really want. Button press. Int button pressed. Uh, yes. Button pressed equals 0 is gamepad and not. Wait, this should be Boolean. What am I doing? I know that C doesn't care, but I care, so it's important. It's important, man. Oh shoot, bro. We got a downcast. We got a downcast. Look at this. Downcasting. Hell yeah, that's software design right there. Boy. Alright, let's try it out. Let's go. Didn't quite work. Count the frames the button is held for in the long run. Fuck. Infamous low level TV. I think he's actually just famous, not infamous. I think he's actually just like low key kind of famous. I'm just saying. I don't know. A million YouTube subscribers. I hope one day I'll be able to code like you. I'm studying software engineering. I'm learning logic and basic mathematics. Oh, that's awesome, Erlon. Yeah. You probably will. Probably be aight. Probably have fun. Okay, so this didn't work. That sucks. Do I want to count the frames? Or giving small creators like low-level TV support? I don't know if you know this, but I'm a small creator. I'm a very small creator. Niche internet micro influencer, as some people have described me. I don't want to really count button presses and stuff. That kind of sucks. I have a good idea though. Maybe. Let's count the frames and see. We'll just use handy little printf. Pause state /n. We'll head over to the play state. Printf. Play state. We'll track the state changes. In real time, homie. Maybe. Maybe real time. Although this coding is like not as bad, I don't think. Yeah, we're transitioning like mad transitioning states. Like if I hold the button, I just see like an endless like slurry of pause and play state. It's kind of funny. Implemented delta and stuff. Brother, that was the first thing I implemented. Delta frame time. Don't even get me started, dude. Oh my god. No, it's fine. It's just like apparently like some people do say the phrase delta time frame delta time. Even though I've never heard it before and I've never seen it in like game dev literature ever. Okay, so what am I doing? What am I doing, chat room? Transitioning back and forth. How did I do this before? How did I solve this in Clojure? Because I guess like there's no like button state to read, right? With like the browser, we just had a callback. I still feel like, yeah, I don't know. Why didn't is gamepad button pressed? Because we're not really tracking the state here. Okay, I think I may or may not have an idea. May or may not have an idea. Superposition of both idea states. But like, hmm. Okay, let me think about this. Let me think. Okay, so we have the play state. We have like a button state, basically. Pressed in both game and pause state. Yeah, I did. It didn't really work. Still had the same issue. It was just a little slower. Okay. Maybe we could. My hack is like maybe we could do a sleep function. Just sleep for a bit. It's not really a good approach though. Reset state, button state. Raylib, gamepad, button functions. Oh, I see. You know what we need, dog? I think we need this. I think we need released. Not pressed. I think we need released. Maybe. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, actually. Okay, check this out. So if I say, or not. Okay. It took several presses. Fuck. Mm-hmm. Put handling in the physics tip. I mean, yes, but it doesn't really matter in this case. God, I really didn't want to mess with the play state button. Like, I could put it... Oops. Up here. Right? Nope. Hooray! Another error. Another warning. Oh, yeah. That's much better. Yeah, of course. Why did I think it had to be in the... Yeah, it works perfectly now. For sakes. Fuck me. Great. Let's see. Now, the only problem is creating like a camera to... I don't know what creating another camera would do. I don't know if it would split the screen. I don't know. I feel like I don't have enough experience with Raylib to know. Breaking larger frames. That's true, Shrimp. You are absolutely right about that. I should have been quantizing the input before the physics simulation, i.e., use the handle events function. Okay, so now I'm like, should I add like... Fuck off. Fuck. A camera, maybe? Don't know if camera will do the thing that I want. Well, first I'd have to render the text to a texture and then use a camera. And I don't know if I really want to do that. Uh, I could reach into the play state and just put the pause coordinates wherever the player is in space, just offset a bit. Like the Y coordinates, wherever the player, or the X coordinates, wherever the player is. But then that means the pause state is going to know about the implementation details of the play state, and I don't know if I really want to do that. Wow, Nora. Yeah, I guess we could count primes. Have to write a prime number sieve though. Hmm. Yeah, I feel like the proper thing to do is to pass some stuff around, you know? The hacky thing to do is reach into the play state and just grab the player's X value. And just render the word pause like wherever they are. Oh gosh. Uh Make the engine, then the game. Oops. Amazon just has owls? What is your play state and pause state doing? Using a stack with the last active... Yes, so it's basically a stack of states. Single player platformer. I don't know many multiplayer platformers. Should I do the correct thing, chat room? I put in the title game over today, but I don't know. Is that real? Or I could just like be cheeky and be like, the entity with the ID 0 is always the player. I don't know, we could hack it out. Let's just hack it out for now, and then I'll be like, I'll just put in a fix me comment. Those always work out well, right? Oh, fuck. I change? Time for some good old downcasting. Ah. Actually, wait. Yeah, it's a game state, so I need to downcast. Good old downcasting, bro. Oh, this is like downcasting a downcasted thing already. This is kind of like Inception, you know? I don't know if this is gonna work. This feels so hacky. No, this feels wrong. We might have to do it the right way. Oh, it feels so wrong. Cool. Amazing. This is the player input component. I want the play state. Good old physics component. Play. I guess I could have just done PS play state. No, I have to downcast because you don't have the base. Chat, why did I do vtables again? Can somebody remind me why I did vtables? Physics components. 0. Arrow. Oh no, that's not gonna work either. Oh no, because these are physics components and then those need to be downcasted. That needs to be downcasted too. Bro, this doesn't end. Yo, this is crazy. All right, player. Struct, was it player physics component? Player physics component. Everything is remarkably named in this stuff, so. Const struct player physics component. Oh my god, this is like, this is, okay, this C code is slowly becoming insanely cursed. Insanely cursed. Right? Right, chat room? Somebody tell me this is right. Alright, you know what? Let's just see if we can print out the X value before we, like, crash the whole application here. Player? X. Oh, no, wait, we can't do that. Because we have to reach into the component frame. There's no X, so we have to reach into the component frame. Oh my god. What kind of hole did I program myself into here? Fuck. Oh, God only knows if this is right. I know. I know, I know. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. So now I need... God, there's gotta be a way to, like, follow... See, this is why I wanted to do it the right way, because this is too many... This is too many implementation details, right? Now the pause state is coupled to the player physics component, coupled to the play state, just coupled to a bunch of crap. What do you mean game over today? Like the game over state, like the player dies, loses, that kind of thing, right? No, wait. Wait just a minute. Wait just a minute. We do not have to do this because we can be like component frame star cur equals player current, right? And then we can do cur this. We don't have to downcast this. This is not, there's no vtable here. Amazing. That is just so fun. That's just dandy. Yeah, it broke. Didn't work. Didn't even compile. It's like, nah. Oh, I need the address of operator. Thanks, boy. Thanks for... I look like your mother? Buy some subscriptions then. Incomplete definition of struct play state. What line is this? Pause state 55. Okay. I'm sure this is fine. Is the play state here? This is a pointer. So should be okay. What did I miss? Incomplete definition of play state. But it's the play state we just passed in. You lose. You lose. Eh. Mm, wait. You don't need to cast a... Do we need to cast a play state? Yeah. But why is the definition incomplete, though? That's, hey, that didn't work, so... And now I have 2 errors. What? Operand of type struct game state where arithmetic or pointer type is required. Oh. That should not be there. Yeah, this is, Oh. Yeah, the error's gone now. We moved on to the next line. Amazing. Struct. Physics. Component. Um. Cool. Cool. Why do why do I need another like variable like this to get it to work? Is it because I need, is it like doing some kind of like pass by reference or copying thing here? Okay, physics component didn't like that. Good old cursed game. Cursed virtual tables game. You think it's all fun and games until you're trying to pass around pointers pointing to pointers. And then you're really in deep shit. Physics component. Struct play state. Oh, it's this. Oh my god, that's so fucking annoying. All right, here we go. Here we go. This is it, chat room. Probably just operator bullshit. Nope, not it. Why? Is this even possible? Yeah, I don't think downcasting is actually working here. Yeah, wrapping it in a data type won't work because this is not C++. Where's Ed? Ed, are you still in chat? You know how vtables work in C? Figured this probably would have been fine. Do we lose some information when we pass around, like, a vtable? You know what? Screw it. There, now it's a pointer to the play state. I don't even care. No, it can't be. Actually, can it? Play state, where are you at, dog? When I push the button down, what am I passing to it? Self. Right. Self, so... Yeah, pointers, structs containing pointers is how I got in this mess. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is it possible to lose information when you're using a vtable, though? Like, can you see this? Like here... At least I can show you guys both frames. Both buffers here. Come on, Emacs, please. I have, like, struct game state. Right? I downcasted, but I didn't use the downcasted play state as the argument to new pause state. New pause state just takes a generic game state, named play state, and puts it here. Right? Do we lose information by, like, I guess stuffing another one in here somehow? Like, at what point do I lose information? No, that doesn't make sense because all the vtable, like, methods get past self, so... Well, actually, I guess, like, the embedding of states, I feel like might lose something in translation. Maybe it doesn't matter. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense because this works. This function pointer works, right? So I must be doing something wrong because this function pointer works. When I downcasted, no, I didn't downcast it actually, did I? Right. What do I mean lose? Casting, guys, no, like, okay, so basically this whole, like, premise of up and down casting kind of relies on this idea that all that shit's still in memory. You just don't have a pointer to fit all that shit in memory, right? So when you downcast, you're actually just basically saying, hey, pointer, just be big enough to have the specific stuff now, right? Pointers after assigning. Maybe. The problem with, like, debugger, and I keep saying this to people, oh, that's not right. Is that right? No, this is not right. I feel like this should actually be this. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Uh, then this needs to be dot draw. And this needs to be address of PS play state. Okay, now I have 3 more errors. Fuck. Play state. This needs basically, you know what? I'm just gonna I should be able to do is get rid of this now. We do play draw. Okay, you know what I'm saying? We do play. We just pass play in here. No, that doesn't work either. Fuck. This needs to be address of. Oh my god, this is so fucking insane. No, still broken. Complete definition. Assigning struct game state from incompatible type struct 79. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I see. Mm-hmm. That's kind of easy to fix. No, wait, that's not that. This is actually a value. Oh, this is creating more problems. Hey guys. PS. Play state. Let's screw it. I think it was better the way it was before. As a pointer. But this creates some headaches. Like incomplete pointer definitions. Like I feel like this should work, but it doesn't. So why not? I'm probably just gonna have to do the camera approach, I think. And I've seen the word play state enough times that it's starting to look like not a word, you know? State. Doesn't like this downcast. Yeah, it says the incomplete definition of struct play state. Like, so basically I lost information somewhere. Play, pause state play. We have a pause state pointer. Then we have another play state. Play state is a pointer itself. I should be able to downcast. What OS do I like developing the most? Like the most on? Probably Linux. PlayStation header. Oh shoot, yes. No, I don't actually. Yeah, that's a pretty good point, Nora. Oh my god, if that's it, I'd be so upset. That's weird. Conflicting types for new pause state? Uh, is that because my game state doesn't have the... No, it does. It has the guards. Why is there now conflicting types? Oh, do I have like... I might have circular... I have circular, stuff in here, so this isn't gonna work. Yeah, I don't think any of this is gonna work, actually. Can you have circular dependencies in C? I thought the C preprocessor kind of took care of that. But basically, I've got like the pause state header in. Yeah, that's probably it. I probably just don't have the play state header here. Circularly depend on pointers. If def in every file, I do. Oof. Except when I do this, it's like, nah. I mean, I am using pointers, so it should be fine. Hmm. Well, that sucks. Yeah, because when I do that, I can downcast, but yeah. Oh, wait, I have 4 errors, apparently. Yeah, it's circular dependency. I can see it in the output. So that doesn't work. So yeah, I'm basically screwed. This approach is worthless. I have to do the other approach, basically. Which is, I guess, good because it prevents me from doing something that is basically a big hack anyways. Right? I just don't really want to do a camera, that's all. Now what? So PS draw? What the fuck? Wait, did I have draw or dot draw? No, I had draw here. Why is this complaining now? Oh, I got rid of the one downcast I actually need. There we go. Okay, so I could do this the right way. Guys, okay. The reason I could use a debugger, but I have to break a function that's called like 60 times a second. More, maybe. Right? That means to get what I need to do something at least like 60 times. It's just not really like realistic. At least if we're talking about like GDB or LLDB. I I do need to use the bathroom, but we have an ad break in a couple of minutes, so maybe I'll just go during the ad break. Uh, this approach has been silly. 100% agree there. But I do think that it's the right approach. It's also kind of cool to learn how like software design was done in C in the past. Yes, right? Yeah, you know? Okay, cool. I'm gonna get rid of these messages because we figured out why it wasn't working. Get rid of this. I have like insane respect for people that can develop game engines now. I'm like, this is freaking crazy. Embrace the slop? How about embrace hide on this channel? How about that? Peace out. Uh, fuck. That ruined my train of thought. I was trying to go find the... Oh, I didn't have a log here. That's fine. Okay. Has a game state called play state when play state also exists? Is this the bug? No, it's not. So basically, we want to pass a reference from the play state to the pause state so that the pause state can run the play state's render function, right? That's what I'm highlighting here. So this is the pause state. You know what? I'll tell you after the bathroom break. I'll be right back. Ugh. Bicycle is our new deity. Yeah, act natural, everybody. I'm here. Be cool. Just be cool. I'll be cool. Was that too harsh? Should I not have relegated this guy to hide on this channel dumb? Yeah, the only person that seemed to really notice the bike was Nora. I'm going for a bike ride. I pumped up the tires. I tried really hard to pump up the tires. You know what I might do? Instead of going to the exercise room, maybe I'll just take my bike out for a spin. Hopefully I don't get killed in traffic. I don't know. God. Biking in Toronto is terrifying. Traffic, like, for like a few stretches of like, you know, few city blocks, you have like nice bike lanes, and the bike lane just merges right into the most insane traffic you've ever seen. Like, it's just like, oh gosh. All right, so yeah, the pause state. Oh wait, we gotta wait for the ad break to finish. I will simply clank my nails on the desk while the ad break finishes. All right, now that the ad break is over, it's not a bug to pass a reference of to the play state to the pass. It's not a bug for the pause state to have a reference to the play state because we want to call the draw method of the play state in the draw method of the pause state so that we can render the underlying game, right? But we don't want to progress the game. So we just don't call anything else. We just take the play state and we render the state as it is. And then that's how you kind of get this pause effect where you can have like, you know, your menu overlay, but you're still rendering like the game in the background. There's the simulation of the game or the game like state isn't progressing. I probably should have got some water. Is that my voice sounded horrible for that explanation? Should I do a second take or does anybody care? I'm gonna get some water. Ooh. Okay. Good old software design. Can I get your GitHub, please? Sure, I don't really post there anymore. It's the same. I'm literally just Janet Akar everywhere. Just Google that. Just Google that phrase. Google that handle. You'll find me everywheres. You're welcome. Yeah, I've been pushing to Codeberg more and more, so kind of my preferred platform for code. Yes, it's Emacs buffers. Writing C with Emacs. It's like I'm coding in the 1970s all over again, even though I was born in the 90s. I switched to Codeberg too. Nice. That's smart. The only problem with my bicycle, because it's like a folding bicycle, it's also modular. Like everything is held together with tight clamps. So I can actually like disassemble this bike pretty easily without a screwdriver. So if I leave it somewhere, I've got to like basically wrap it up with like a chain, like just really wrangle it, you know? Because I don't want people to steal the parts. And people will steal the parts because for some reason that's just what people do. I don't know why, but for the longest time in Toronto, there was like an epidemic of bicycles locked up outside that were missing like a front tire, missing handlebars, like just insane crap, right? I do have a pause. I'm thinking of a case where game state and also play state, but I'd find this confusing. Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, why don't I just make the type play state instead of game state? Um, oh yeah, you know what? That would have worked. Can I go back? No, it's too late. Oh, fuck. The problem, well, no, wait. Oh, maybe it will. I don't know. Okay, let's try it. Fuck it. No, it doesn't work because it creates the circular dependency. That's right. I forgot. It creates that circular dependency and it doesn't work. There. Your bicycle shifter's $1,000? Plus turbo. That's kind of cool. Leaving Twitch, are you sure? Nice. Nice, bro. Ah. Can you take it on trains and buses in Canada? Yes. Actually, the streetcars have a special, like, spot for a bicycle. Where you can, like, kind of latch your bicycle to the streetcar. And you sit, it has, like, its own little seat that you can sit on. And then on buses, you can, like, there's a bicycle rack in the front of every bus that you can just, like, stuff your bike in. Almost streamers on here are doing some game asset design and whatnot. Not a lot of coding for my fans, so thank you for doing this kind of stuff. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, usually I do a lot of gum flapping on this channel, but I do like to write code. You do components, I see it like ECS, yes. Yeah, 100%. This is an ECS. You know what I'm saying? We got input components, you know what I'm saying? We got physics components, you know what I'm saying? We got render components, although they should be called graphics components. But then yeah, so this is the player right here. This is my homie, the player entity. And then this crap reads from tiled export data and creates like a world, which is pretty cool. I've never done that before. Just read the tiled information and create the world. And that actually makes it feel like a real game engine until I can't draw the word pause on screen. I have a great idea though. I have a fucking terrific idea. Instead of rendering text to a texture, because that's boring, why don't we just create... Why don't we just do this? I will just run the game. I'll walk over to the pause state. Walk over to where it says pause. And then I could use the screenshot tool to just make a pause word or something. Maybe, oh shoot, I might have assets somewhere and I don't realize it. Actually, now that I think about it. Assets I don't have this on this account. But I might have, where's Kenny Game Assets? Kenny Game Assets. I don't know, I might just be able to take a picture of text and be like, I paused, let's go. Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys. Kenny Game Assets, that homie Kenny Game Assets. He created I just downloaded it. Created a tiny farm asset pack. Oh my god, we could bring back the farm simulator game. Kenny's so good for stuff. I love the 1-bit pack stuff. Yeah, that looks cool. For your farm game? Nice. Yeah. Sick. That's what I thought, bro. Maybe. Farming games are RPGs, and RPGs are really hard to make. Like, really, really hard to make. Oh, and for the love of God, guys, please stop adding me on LinkedIn. I don't know how to turn off, like, people sending me connections on LinkedIn. Like, how do I... Yo, Rap, thanks for the 8 months, dude. Hello, Devraj on YouTube. What's up? Linked out. What makes RPGs hard to make? I think Pirate Software summarized this pretty well, actually. He said, basically, with an RPG, you can only use a piece of content once. For the most part. You can definitely have mechanics that are repeatable, but, like, basically, you only use like a piece of content once. Any kind of story building or world building, storytelling or world building element or like narrative, you only get to use that once, really, for an entire gameplay. So that's why RPGs are really hard. Right? If I'm making a platformer and I want to use subtractive design, like I could create chunks. I can design chunks of levels and then use an algorithm to kind of compose a a bigger level from these like chunks I've designed, right? And that's like very reusable. That's like really good subtractive design. Content part of it rather than the engine or mechanics. Yeah, I mean like if you take away the RPG from like something like Stardew Valley, you basically have a or not a farming sim, you have basically have a business sim, right? And you can make like you just have like a business sim. If you take away like the small town stuff and you take away like everything else from Stardew and just rely on the like farming mechanics, it becomes a business simulator. And then you can really replace all the crops with whatever you want. Oh yes, the pirate software. Pirate software actually is infamous. The infamous pirate software. The do you see my mana guy? Oh, of course, pirate software. I do think pirate software gets a lot more hate than he deserves, honestly. Game idea AI data center creator simulator. That's kind of interesting. I would like to start experimenting with 3D stuff. Retro textures fantasy? What? Dude, this is cool. This is so cool. This guy just keeps pumping out the assets. Like, how does he do it? You know what's crazy? I bet you could take all of Kenny's 16 by 16 asset packs and make like the most ball-in game ever. Maybe I should do that. Can I show what? Kenny's asset stuff? Yeah. Here, actually, I won't show you the tabs I have open. Although I just did. Yeah. You see this? This is kenny.nl. He's my favorite source for um like game assets. Over the years, I've bought many of his game asset packs. He gives them all away for free, but I've totally like I purchased like 1, 2, and 3 asset packs, I think. And maybe the isometric bundle. Like I've bought this is like the one purchase I've made on itch.io is from this guy. Because I just love the assets so much. But yeah, I was thinking like you have all these like 16 by 16 assets that are in the same like they're all the same style too because it's all Kenny, right? Like here's Desert Shooter pack. Like why like I feel like you should just be able to put together all of the 16 by 16 assets that he's created and then just create this cohesive like world game. Maybe I should do that. See like Tiny Town, 16 by 16 assets, right? Tiny Town probably goes with Tiny Farm. Tiny Battle, Tiny Dungeon, Tiny Farm, Tiny Ski, Tiny Town. We could rebuild Stardew Valley and call it Tiny. I can't call it Tiny Farm because that exists already. Factory Kit, you should make your own factory game. Yeah, but it's a 3D pack. And I don't do 3D yet. Let's see, 2D assets. I wish I could filter by like 16-bit. Pixel platformer. Interesting. Look at this. This might be a better fit, actually. The tiles are tiny. Teeny tiny tiles. Anyways, excuse me while I just get very excited about stuff. Because now I'm like, maybe I should make an iOS game. Seems like everybody with access to Fable is building either iOS games or, Kenny Jam. Should we do Kenny Jam? Yeah, it seems like anybody with access to, Fable is building either 3GS games or, iOS games. I've always wanted to mess around with Swift. My girlfriend hypes up Swift so much. I'm like, oh, I kind of want to mess around with it, you know? I kind of want to make my own game. I don't do well with jams. That's true. I do not. What if I made my own iPhone game? Fuck, that's such a cool idea. Can we experiment around with 3D objects? Maybe. I barely know 3D. I've like messed around with a little bit of 3GS, but that's it. Ooh, oh shit. I totally realized I wasn't even on Slack. Okay. Alright, good. Let's make sure my client did not have a stand-up without me. Write Swift on the stream? That probably won't happen. Why not? I've got Xcode installed. Could install the iOS simulator. There's really no reason. It's a Mac. No one has the points to redeem it. Swift is a functional programming language, though. Oops. Okay, so yeah, it's very Scala-like. Lottery iOS game. Idea if I couldn't executive function it into reality. Oh man, now I want to make my own farming simulator, but for small screens. Maybe we shouldn't make an iOS game. We can make it for like, I don't know, Raspberry Pi or something. What is a small screen? Swift for Xcode? Is it functional? Kinda. It's like Scala. It's functional like Scala is functional. Make it for the Apple Watch. Playdate is interesting, but I need grayscale assets. Yeah, I have a Playdate, but the Playdate is grayscale. That's the only problem. Whatever, one bit, whatever. Yeah, that's what I mean. You have to dither. Yeah, like these assets are in color that I want to use, you know? Oh my god. Oh, this feels so good. Oh. Huh, there's gotta be something with a small screen around here. I have my I haven't used it in forever, but I call it it's called the game shell, the Clockwork Pi game shell. Have you guys seen this? Have you heard about this? I think I've talked about it before. Basically, it's like a little Game Boy type thing. Start seeing writing a game for iOS. Yeah, I don't know anything about iOS development. It's kind of an interesting idea, though. Your own put pixel function. Not really a terminal like person. Not really my thing, you know? A phone is interesting. iPhones are big though. Aren't iPhone screen resolutions huge? Resolution sizes. Oh, fudge. Yeah. I mean, I have the 13 mini is 2340 by 1080. Holy. We need smaller. A lot smaller. I mean, that's like a 1080p screen in the palm of your hands. That's crazy. The input on phones? Yeah. That's challenging. Apple Watch is an interesting idea, but then how do you like control it? What's the interface for an iPhone? A screen. Apple Watch screen resolution. Oh, that's perfect actually. 416 by 496 pixels. Do people make smartwatch games? Is that a thing? And the wheel. How do you control a farming simulator with a wheel? I don't know. I don't know if it's even possible, honestly. Yeah, like there's not really any there's not a lot of screens that are small enough to do this. I mean, unless I just do it for fun and I was like, okay, now it's on the game shell, which I can dig out in a drawer somewhere. I could dig it out. Clockwork Pi is a cool thing. Bad it's not really around anymore. And nobody would play this game except for me. Do it on the Mac OS to learn Swift. Game shell is also not a small resolution. Of Clockwork Pi, it's amazing. Yeah, it's cool. Well, there wouldn't be. It would be like, yeah, there's no tractors. I'm just trying to think, like, bought it on AliExpress. Oh, you can get them on AliExpress still? Of course you can. I mean, it could probably go on like the Pi store. I don't know. Yeah, let me look at the thing again. Keyny. Oh, you know what? I don't have to worry about leaking anything because this is a streaming account. There's nothing to leak. It's very exciting. What does this game remind me of? This reminds me of Final Fantasy 1. Oh man, yeah, Final Fantasy 1. Frig, man. This is like primo stuff right here. Why does macOS keep opening it on this monitor though? That's kind of annoying. File, view. This is the actual size. I mean, yeah, maybe it could be a macOS game. In which case, it could be just my Raylib game engine here, right? And it's just like maybe a little window on your desktop you just have around or something. You know, you just have it. It's like a casual game. You're farming and you're doing stuff. Maybe you're working, you got your little farm up here, and you're like, yeah. Oh yeah, give me that farm action. And then you go back to like coding or whatever. I don't know. I don't know, I'm brainstorming here. Need my own device like Playdate-ish. Will use their 320, 240 color screen or 400 sharp MIP. Versions I work with are using RP or ESP32. Oh wow, so an ESP32, isn't that like the GBA? Isn't that the GBA SoC? Is modern? Oh. Low cost microcontrollers. Game Boy Advanced. CPU. Sharp blah blah blah. Oh, okay. It's kind of cool though to make your own handheld console. I don't know though. What size is this image? File. Hang on a second. Hang on just a second. Get info. This is a big image. Like, are the tiles scaled? They must be scaled in this image. There's no way they're not. Dimensions 918 by 515. Hmm. Is that an an emulator? Game Boy Color on eBay. Make your game there. I don't really want to make a Game Boy game though. I want to make like a mobile game but with decent assets. Kenny? Where's Kenny? Kenny? Tiny Battle. This is also really cool because it's like assets for a. But I'm guessing like here, let me see. You can actually just go to the tile assets and like look at the farmer, I guess. Yeah, it's tiny. So basically the test image that I showed you. The heck? The the asset has been scaled by 2x, which is not bad. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, there we go. So it's basically either 2 or 4x. I'm not really sure. Hmm. Might be kind of cool though. Could put my iPhone. Can you put an iPhone in development mode and then just like do stuff with it? Hmm. App on your iPhone. Run the simulator. I don't remember if you need to pay the $100 developer fee. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I'm kind of excited about the idea. This happens all the time. I see like Kenny game assets and I'm like, I think there's something here. But I don't know what else has small small screen that's like legible, you know. Besides, I've got bigger problems with my game engine right now, you know. Game engine. Yeah, we could get it running on pregnancy tests. That's a great idea. This is not Bringus Studios, by the way. Although it is pretty cool. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Imagine this business idea. Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea. Smart pregnancy tests. Kind of creepy, honestly. But I'm not somebody who uses pregnancy tests, so you might want to talk to some possibly expecting mothers. Hmm. Okay, cool. Yeah, where were we with the games and stuff? The game development. Me and C++ using VCPKG. I don't even know what that is. What is VCPKG? A library manager? Well, if it's anything like CMake, it's oh, you can use it with CMake. That just sounds horrible. Name smart pregnancy test. We're supposed to do a game over state, but we didn't do that now, did we? I was supposed to take an image. I want to do screenshot tool maybe. I don't know if I want to do screenshot tool on stream. You guys will see all the programs I have installed. Screenshot tool. Where is the screenshot tool? Okay, cool. Oh, nice. This doesn't even show up, does it? Maybe it does. I can't tell. You guys see me trying to like capture an image of the... This is so bad. But the setup was a separate account. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm using Make right now. Fuck. Hey, Neil, what's up? Paused. Hacking spirit gone, reduced to atoms. I think I hid hacking spirit. Okay. Game coming along? Kinda, barely. Can barely pause it, really. I mean, the pause does work cleanly now, so I guess that is progress. Just gotta go do client work soon, and I don't wanna. I'm like, "Urgh." Guys, I just wanna write game code all day. Like, oh shit. That's one thing I'm. That's funny. Oh. Would anybody care to venture why this is happening? I know why it's happening. Rendering interpolation? Yeah. Yep, that's exactly what's happening, dog. Oh, that's so annoying. Pause in a game loop. Yeah. Basically, you know what we should do? I think I can fix this really quickly, actually. You know what I'm saying? Pretty sure I can fix this right quick. Um, oh no, maybe not. Nope, never mind. I don't know. Wait, can the player input component... Okay, hang on. The player input component can read information at the same time. Okay, hang on. I have ideas. Things swirling about in my brain. Where the frick did I put it? So I put it before with a return statement. Let's get rid of that. Let's put it at Emacs, please. Like, what the fuck was that shit? Alright. We'll put it after we do the input handling on all the entities. We can literally just do exactly this as well in the component state. So, oh, that's annoying. Oh, fuck. Is down. I don't know if this will work, actually. Paused. We'll give the player entity a chance to handle a pause event as well. And if that is the case, if see this code? No, hang on. Okay, first of all, let's make sure that Really? Already broke it? Oh right, because this isn't a thing. This doesn't exist. Okay, so I'll fix that. Let's make sure it just still works for now. Okay. Great. Let's see. Making a game or an engine? It's both. It can be two things at once. Paused. Why doesn't it like this? Brother. Too many warnings. I can't even find the error. No member named paused. Oh, I misspelled pause. That's why. Ah, great. Now, here's the magic technique. If PI paused, why doesn't it like this? Brackets? No? Sakes, fuck it. Where paused? I don't know if a player gets a chance to deal with this. It should print player pause, but it didn't, so... Yeah, we have a Discord. I thought this might work. Maybe this needs to be down instead of released. Yeah. Why doesn't released work here, though? That's weird. Yeah, it takes like 100 presses, of course. That's because it's probably quantized, so frick it. Oh god, this is so bad, though. You know what? Actually, I think it should be fine. Down. Few frames, that's fine. What I really want to do is... if the game is paused, then I just want to set... I just don't want to do anything, actually. I just want to return, right? We don't want to mutate the state of the game. We set previous to the current frame, and then we return. If it's paused, we just stop updating the game. And that way, we shouldn't be interpolating between two frames. Yeah, it worked. See that? Chat on screen is basically unreadable. Alexa, do you really need chat on screen if you're in said chat that's on screen? Do you really? You guys see this? Check this out. Okay, so pause normally. Jump pause. No more shifting around. Sick. Sick. See that? That's called software design. Software design. It's tight. Boom. Pause input. Done. Funny without any help from AI in this economy. I think that might have lost the abilities. I think that I might have lost the ability. Sad. That is sad. The loser. Wait, what? The loser simplifies oh, see, this is the problem with doing hide user on channels. I actually can't see what people are saying when I do that. So I can't moderate my own chat. Easy, more loser lib to leaves more light for the light level beginner. What? Dog, I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. What did I miss? Oh, I just like I thought I was smart for a second, so that's it. I was like, here, like, oops. We'll do some software design type stuff. It'll be really cool. So basically, here, I'll show you. So basically, you can see the game. It pauses, right? Pauses. I'm moving the controller. Nothing's happening. Unpause, moving back and forth. But if I jumped and I paused, it would kind of like twitch in the air because we're interpolating between two frames. So instead, well, in addition to transitioning the pause state, I just had the player entity also read the button state and store it. And if it's paused, just return. Don't update this frame. We set previous to current and don't update the frame. And that's it. And so now it works nice and cleanly, which is very cool. Fleeting moment of joy. Yeah. That kind of like smart feeling that you get, smart tingly feeling, dopamine hit that you get from writing code. Always fun. Damn, 10x dev right there. You know what I'm saying? It was tight, Nora, okay? It was really tight. Oh god, I didn't even realize that you could barely read the code here. I'm sorry. GitHub, where are you pushing the code? Nope. This is proprietary tech created by yours truly. Joys of ECS. It's pretty cool. Although this means that every entity will probably have to have this little hack, which I'm not too crazy about. Every entity that moves will have to have this hack. Yeah, I just have a MacBook, a monitor, a keyboard, and mouse, and a really expensive camera. That's it. That's my setup. And soon I'll have an M&T reform next. Maybe someday. Possibly. See, this sucks. There's some like debate happening in the YouTube chat that I can't see because one of the debaters I have hid from this channel. Hmm. And then you can't unhide people from it. Still poisoning the chat. Yeah, I can't. You can't do a full ban on YouTube. Unfortunately. I don't know what the heck YouTube was thinking. Oh wait, okay, there's a community moderation thing. Oh, here it is. Hidden users. Interesting. Well, okay, maybe I can undo it then. I just didn't know. Yeah, but they're only hidden. They're not. You can't ban them. You can only hide them on YouTube. Still waiting for M&T. Don't be mean. Multiple strategies here. I'll stay for each entity. Hmm. Yeah, I will show up one day. It will. Let me just check on some stuff, okay? Does anybody want to support the channel before I take off? I will allow the purchasing of subscriptions or memberships on YouTube for the next few minutes. I will permit it. I guess tomorrow we'll actually do the pause state. Finish the pause state. I'll just take that screenshot that I have. Yo, Footlong! Thank you for the 10 gift subs. Also, don't worry, I'm working on the tip jar. Thank you so much. Oh, that's some good dopamine. Oh my god. Not tomorrow, only now. W Footlong. Absolute Chad energy. I think, actually, I think, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. They're neck and neck, basically. Well, yeah, thanks again, Footlong. That's huge. And new subscribers, you get ad-free viewing and emojis. So I hope you enjoy those and other things. Are there other things? I guess there's like a subscribers channel in my Discord. You get to use cool emotes like this. And the hype emote. Hype. Like, you know what I just thought of? What would happen if if there was like, imagine Twitch was a lot smaller and like, if you gave like too many gift subs such that you exhausted the pool of users, what would happen on Twitch? Like, I'm sure they thought of this edge case, especially for like local development testing. But I wonder, like, what do they do? Like, do they just be like, nah, no more subscriptions, or there's no blonde emote? Yeah, I was thinking about getting blonde emotes. Level 2. My level 2 emotes could be blonde emotes. Dodged. Who used to work? There's some people that used to work at Twitch. We can ask them. Sometimes we have a Twitch staff that watches the channel. Gifties can go to people already subbed. Oh, does it just add like months? Does it add more months or something? I see. Hmm. Okay, so I literally thought that somebody in YouTube chat was having a conversation with a hidden user, but it kind of seems more like they're having a conversation with themselves. um, that's cool though. Where am I at? What am I doing? Okay, here we go. We have an ad break starting soon. Yeah, it's been 3 hours. I think this is probably a good place to stop. Good place to call it. You know? Go get some lunch, do some client work, maybe get a little under the influence. uh yeah, and then tomorrow, all day stream. I'm gonna be doing this all day. Maybe it'll become a farming sim. I don't know, instead of a platformer. Probably not though, because that's a lot of work, and I don't like doing lots of work. I like being lazy. But still coding. I so yeah, I should we raid? Who should we raid? Love developers like you. I want to become a good developer myself. Got any tips? Yeah, just write code. Every day. Write code, build things, and do it all without AI. That's the only way you're gonna learn. Do it the hard way. Did we raid T2 recently? We raided Christoph already. We raided Christoph like the other day, didn't we? Is Tim on? I think I followed Tim. Yeah, okay, screw it. Let's raid Tim. Let's go! Let's go already! Oh, yeah, sorry to raid during an ad break. That kind of sucks, but anyways. Yep, I will see you guys tomorrow. Friday stream. Let's do it. Alright, peace out. Bye.